there's very much a correlation in the rise of low literacy and people not being able to read and the rise of racism in the younger generation. Why are more people not being able to read and more people are becoming racist? Y'all see what I'm saying? If you're racist, you're basically stupid. I'm a part of the generation that's stupid. If somebody leaves a comment on your video on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and it doesn't make sense, it's probably because that person can't read and it really does not make sense.
Beautiful creatures in the whole world, black people.
I'll always be there for you whenever you need me.
This for the little homies.
Welcome back to my channel, and if you can't tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the younger generation, Gen Z. I am considered Gen Z, and why Gen Z is so racist. I started noticing this, especially with like the streamers, and I'm just like, what's really going on? Like, why is the young generation so racist, especially with this new Love Island season? We know it's a lot of high schoolers that are watching, so if it's a lot of high schoolers that are watching, who's telling them it's okay to call black people monkeys? I'm like, what is going on? What is actually happening? So I did some research. I really just want to start off with, obviously, the Jubilee that just dropped, one progressive versus 20 far-right conservatives. I watched the whole video, and again, the first thing I noticed was how young everybody was. I was just like, now I'm scared. Like, these are not people in their mid 40s, 50s, 60s that are spewing this ignorance. It's my age mates, 20-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds. Like, why are you guys thinking this way? So I compiled some clips that I feel like y'all should see that kind of like stood out to me, that I found very, very interesting. Also, you can tell that these people are below the age of 30. Baddie was probably the oldest person there. And that is scary. That is very scary, but I'm gonna go ahead and let the clips play.
Andy.
You're from northern UK, I guess?
I'm from London, North London.
Okay, fair enough. What's your ethnic background, if you don't mind my asking?
My parents are from India.
Okay, perfect. Just getting premise here. First of all, I want to say
the premise of Donald Trump being pro-crime.
No. I want to concern myself with why you care about what's happening in the U.S. first and foremost. Yeah,
You don't
colonials.
look very Native American to me.
I am Native American. Whites are Native Americans. What are you talking about?
You're not.
What are you talking? I hope so.
Right now, you're doing a very bad job of making the case that he's not pro-crime.
I just got a round of applause. I could probably get another one, actually.
Applause.
I think the people who clapped you have voted you out.
All right.
I really just more want to get an understanding. When you say pro-criminal, what do you mean?
I mean that when confronted with people who've committed criminal acts, Donald Trump has been either soft on them, friendly with them, pardoned them, and of course, let's not forget, I mean, we've got 5 minutes left, I'm surprised it hasn't come up earlier, he's a convicted criminal himself sitting in the White House.
I want to ask
That's
you this.
pro-crime in my view.
Is it possible, because remember, the burden of proof's on you, right? You have to prove. Is it possible that all these things that he's done that supposedly make him pro-crime, there's another reason for the doing it? There's other justification. For example, let me give an example, and then you can rebut it. J6.
Yes.
Is it possible that he could have done this to unite the country, to move past, to go to a new chapter?
You don't support Trump?
No, I don't. I didn't even vote for him. I wrote in like John Pork or someone. I can't even remember.
Who is the we, by the way?
I think, quite frankly, these far-right conservatives sitting right around
White
me.
people?
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
So,
well,
some
actually,
of you guys,
I have quite.
Some of the people in this room don't make the cut from what I can see visually.
Actually,
okay.
I'm for defending the traditional demographics of this country, which is majority white, and should stay that way.
Wow. And if that autocrat kills you and your family, you're fine with that?
Well, I'm not going to be a part of the group that he kills. You
Carl
liberals,
Schmitt, the Nazi theoretician.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't care.
But you don't condemn Nazi persecution of the Jews?
I think that there was a little bit of persecution and stuff like that, which is bad.
We may have to rename this show because you're a little bit more than a far-right Republican.
Hey, what can I say?
I think you can say, I'm a fascist.
Yeah, I am.
Expedited.
American citizens?
No.
What about American citizens?
Who's getting deported that's American?
2 American children have been deported, multiple this year. Have you not been?
No. Their parents have been deported, and their parents say,
No, the
I'm
father
going
was
to
an
take
American.
my baby.
No, are you a lawyer?
I'm very aware of it.
Are you a lawyer?
Do I have to be? We're making an argument
Are you a lawyer?
We're making
It's a simple question.
No.
Are you a lawyer?
Okay, we're making an argument.
I'll take that as a no. Are you an economist?
I could be.
But are you?
I could be.
Are you?
I'm not going to tell you.
Are you?
I'm going to major in economics, right?
Are you an economist?
No, not right now.
Okay, so when I said neither is economist, I was correct. But listen to me. I am an immigrant. I'm speaking from personal experience.
Get the hell out.
I don't even like... I should get the hell out.
Yes.
Why?
I don't want you here.
Why?
Obviously, we were way outclassed. Like, we're not professional debaters. I don't think anyone in this room was. Maybe one or two people. And clearly, Manny, he does this for a living, right? He's a journalist, so he's really good at what he does.
I think that was disheartening and particularly discouraging because it just felt like it was fitting into a stereotype that we're trying to fight against, which is like we actually have arguments, we can provide good reason, and that rhetoric just pushes that far away.
I am, I guess, a far-right Republican, but as I learned today, not as far-right as I thought I was. You know, someone gets up and they're just like, yeah, I mean, I guess I just want to have like autocracy forever and Christian nationalism, or just being like, yeah, I'm racist. And to me, that's very foreign of a concept.
And if you notice at the ending when they're doing their interviews or whatever, a lot of people were a bit confused. They were taken aback. They were just kind of like, I don't think I'm a far-right conservative. I don't think that's what I believe, because they saw how inherently racist their peers were, and they're just kind of like, so it's like, not only are these people young, they don't even know what they're standing for. They don't even know what they identify as. They don't even know what they're defending, literally. And we saw that in the debate. We saw how like they would respond to Baddie. Some would even respond to the prompts. They would come up and agree with the prompt and still try to debate. Very confusing. But one thing I really, really enjoyed about the debate was how Baddie kind of maneuvered that whole entire space. Like, it got to a point where he stopped debating and he just allowed them to just reveal themselves. He just allowed them to reveal themselves. He was asking the right questions so that we can get the answers that they're really thinking. So we know how these people actually think and what they believe and what they say. And again, as you can see, these people are not smart. They don't know what words mean. They don't know definitions. They don't know quite a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm just as confused as you are at this point, babe. Oh, now I just want to establish, because a lot of people kind of get confused between Gen Z and millennials and what years fall in Gen Z and what years fall in millennials. So Gen Z, me, are people born in between the years of 97 and 2012. So right now in 2025, people who are considered Gen Z are between the ages of 12 and 27. Millennial years are from 1981 to 96. So millennials in 2025 right now, they're between the ages of 29 and 44. The first thing that I wanted to tackle and research and understand, like, what is really going on with the youth? Literacy rates. The short answer as to why so many younger people are leaning into conservatism and racism and just pure right bigotry is because they can't read or write. They can't read, they can't write, and they can't do math. That's the short answer. Now let's get into the long answer. According to the Literacy Buffalo Niagara article, we're seeing that the adult literacy rates are dropping. Now, I'm going to put a picture here. It literally says adults with low literacy in 2017 was at 19%. Adults with low literacy in 2023 rose to 28%, and that percentage keeps on rising. That is frightening. And I just really want to hone in on that percentage, on this picture, the percentage between 2017 and the rise in 2023. The year 2017, millennials were the adults. Okay, around 2017, they were the ones that were in the workforce. A lot of them were finished with high school around that point, so a lot of them are in college. Some millennials are still were they in high school in 2017? Absolutely not. A lot of millennials were like in their early adulthood ages, and that's when the literacy rate was lower. Now we're talking about 2023, and it's Gen Z that are the adults now, and a lot of us can't read. The U.S. Department of Education announced that the adult literacy rates continue to decline. In this article, they also emphasized how 54% of Americans, over 130 million people, read below a 6th grade level. That is frightening. That's fucking scary. And then I feel like at the bottom of the article, they give us some statistics that are super important as well. 43% of adults with the lowest literacy skills live in poverty. 76% of adults on public assistance are illiterate or unable to read more than a simple text. And I want you guys, I'm not going to put the percentage in here, but I want you guys to kind of gauge how the percentage of people that do use public assistance the most statistically. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say the demographic of people, but 76% of y'all cannot read a simple text. And these people are voting. And their vote counts just as much as my vote. Anyway, let's move on to the next article, because I was really looking deep into this because I was really interested in seeing, like, there's very much a correlation in the rise of low literacy and people not being able to read and the rise of racism in the younger generation. Why are more people not being able to read and more people are becoming racist? Y'all see what I'm saying? If you're racist, you're basically stupid. Now, I looked into the literacy rates for children. And this, honestly speaking, it kind of reaffirmed what I was thinking. While I was reading the second article, it confirmed that the years millennials were in school, were in middle school, high school, elementary school, is when scores reached its peak, right? So we're talking about years like 2002, 2004, 2010. Those are the specific years where reading and math scores were at its highest, like record-breaking, highest levels, is when it was the millennials that were the students. When we get to kind of like after COVID and during COVID is when things start to drop, slowly but surely. And in this article by the National Assessment Governing Board, they basically reiterate that, yeah, a lot of these kids can't read. I found it very interesting. In this article, they talked about how 40% of fourth graders work below the basic reading level. 40% is a large percent. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like that's way too goddamn much. And the people that read below the reading level in the fourth grade, they cannot recognize a reason for a character's action implied in a story. So these kids, mind you, they're being passed on, knowing that they can't read, they're still being passed on to the fifth grade. You're going to the fifth grade not knowing how to read a paragraph and know what happened in that paragraph. That is scary. Another interesting thing that I found, like at this point, is getting comical. Like, I don't know if whether to be scared or whether to laugh. What? I'm gonna read what I just read. In math, nearly 40% of fourth graders are working at the NAEP proficient and NAEP advanced levels. Nearly 40%, so some of them are in the right path. However, nearly a quarter, so like 25%, do not reach the basic level, meaning they likely cannot identify odd numbers or solve a problem using unit conversions. In the fourth grade, you cannot identify what's an even or odd number. In 2020, and another thing that I found interesting in this article as well, were basically nearly 40% of eighth graders work below the basic math level, and they basically cannot use similarity to find which side of the triangle is the longest. So after what I just said, we are sharing the internet, we are voting, we are taking orders from, we are working alongside people that don't know how to do basic math or read or write. That's fucking scary. Like, I don't know about y'all, but that is insane to me. Like, what? Now, I just want to kind of highlight why reading is important. A lot of people really don't know. Like, they just know, like, oh, reading is fundamental. Being able to read a stop sign is cool, whatever. And it really is more than that. I knew it was more than that, but I couldn't tell you why it was more than just being able to just read a sentence or something. Like, reading really is fundamental. And in this article I found on the 95% group, It's titled "Why is Reading Important? The Lifelong Benefits of Reading." Basically, it just reaffirms, this whole entire article just reaffirms that reading literally rewires your brain. Okay, it rewires your brain. And it also reaffirmed that reading helps children gain empathy, critical thinking skills, and strengthens cognitive processes. When I was in school, we had to do a lot of reading projects where we would read a chapter book, and after each chapter, we would talk about it with the class or summarize it or whatever. And I know with AI, these kids ain't reading a damn thing. They not reading, they not writing, they not doing math, they're not doing Nathaniel. Okay, they're not doing anything. So their brain is never being rewired. They are never exercising their cognitive abilities. They don't know how to critically think about anything. Understanding, after reading this article, I kind of understood that these new kids and my peers that are adults now, 23, 24, 25, they literally need things spelled out for them, like slowly. Like you need to actually write out. You can't use no vague. They don't know how to use context clues. They don't know how to put pieces together. You quite literally have to write it out and say, hey, the apple is red. These people can't read. And because these people can't read, they cannot form good arguments. They cannot reason. They cannot analyze, defend, perceive, understand, empathize. They cannot do anything because they can't read. Reading really is fundamental. Let's get into the streamers. And this clip of Kai Cenat is what made me be like, Wagwan. What's going on, okay?
Yo, Kai, I just want to say, man, congrats on all the brand deals you're doing and all that, from Nike to McDonald's. Tyler's a white man, by the way. He proceeds to say, from Nike to McDonald's. But bro, keep it real, bro. Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? Nigga, a chicken Big Mac, nigga? He on my phone calling me the N-word at 4 a.m. in the fucking morning. You supposed to be a nigga manager and you, what's up with you? The nigga on my phone, 4 a.m., calling me about a fucking McDonald's commercial saying, nigga, really, a chicken Big Mac, nigga?
I've never seen the chat move this fast ever in my life. It literally froze. It literally froze, bro. Dude, this is fucking insane. This is fucking insane, bro.
My face.
What the fuck? This is nuts.
In my head, I'm like, I should dead ass like start blacking on this nigga right now. But deep down inside of me, I'm like, how do I even want to give this nigga my energy? Because then, if I was like, damn, I want to tell Aiden, but it was his nigga birthday. The way the nigga made it sound like the nigga was down. I'm like, I know the feeling of losing somebody so important on your team. I don't want to fuck up his mental. And something within me, I should have told him. I told him the other day, I said, bro, I should have told you, bro. But something within me was like, I'm going to just take that one on the chin and keep moving forward. You feel me?
Hey, Dylan, thank you so much for the subs, bro.
Something it was in me was like, I'm going to take that one on the chin and I'm going to just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So something told me, I told Aiden that early July. I told him this before anything. So I told Aiden, I said, bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro. The reason why I've been distancing myself, bro, was because this is what happened on the phone at 4 a.m. and I should have told you, but like in my mental state,
All right, let me call Tom, man, because I gotta let him defend himself. He did call me like 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Are you eating a chicken mac? No. Dude, what the fuck was that, dude? Did you say that shit?
I don't remember. This is last year at your birthday, after we did your birthday. I don't remember most of it. If I did, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean anything fucking bad about it.
Nah, yeah, you good. I mean, I'm not.
This is why I call them Neanderthals. Openly. I will never not call them Neanderthals. You mean to tell, mind you, Aiden Ross is my age. We're both Gen Z, me and Aiden Ross. Remember the guy that had Trump on his fucking stream? His fan base is our age and younger. He laughed when Kai Cenat retold the story of his manager being a racist. He thought it was funny. So, and I think what was blowing my mind the most, the Neanderthals reaction, whatever. But it was Kai Cenat basically saying he didn't want to ruin his birthday. Sir, they're racist. I don't give a fuck about a birthday. What? So you have to now understand Kai's fan base are also young. So they're seeing Kai talk about the blatant racism and be like, oh, but I didn't want to ruin his birthday. So now these kids that can't read, write, or do basic math are like, racism is not that bad. Because Kai didn't even say anything and he's black. The Neanderthals saying niggas freely on their stream and shit. Their fan bases are young and they can't read or write, so they don't know that racism is bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's either Aiden Ross is one of those kids that can't read, or he's smart and he's just racist. And what blows my mind too is the fact that there are still black streamers that surround themselves with this racist. What are y'all doing? Y'all are basically saying racism's okay. As long as it's us, it's not that big of a deal, bro. It's just a joke. It's not just a joke. It's not just a joke, clearly, because Aiden Ross voted for the man that is in office right now who tried to ban Black History Month. It's not just a joke. Now I'm going to talk about The Breakfast Club and their interview with Neon. I'm going to play some clips that I found interesting from that interview.
What do you say?
Well, I don't really, remember the exact details. This is years ago. I got short-term memory loss. But, and then I said something back.
What'd you say?
I'm not going to repeat it. I don't want to repeat it because it was messed up. And I would never say anything like that again.
Do we know what he said?
He said it about his mom.
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Say what he said, Josh.
You said that you would fuck his mom and that she's a fat Harriet Tubman bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So not only did you disrespect Kai's mother, you disrespected Harriet Tubman?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like I said at the time, it wasn't really a thing where I just did whatever. What came to mind. Like I was just like, race.
What is your least favorite race?
I don't have one.
Be honest.
I don't have one.
Okay. So why was that a question that you decided to ask somebody?
You talked about parents' races?
Huh?
Are your parents racist?
No.
I'm just trying to figure out where, using Harriet Tubman as a slur and the things you said on that video. I'm just wondering what was your perception of black people?
Real quick. So you guys do understand so first off, trolling's not okay, right? But there a lot of people have
After watching those clips, I think you guys are grasping what I mean when I say these kids are stupid. Neon thought that racism was a joke. He thinks that it's just trolling. He doesn't think it's serious. He was just young. No, you're racist. I don't know why people are trying to redefine racism as some light, cheery, it's just a joke. It's not even harmful. It's very harmful, as we can see with what's going on right now. Okay? Neon is 20 years old. He is also Gen Z. Can he read or write? I hope so. But I doubt that he can think critically. I doubt that he has empathy. Because if he did, he would have never called Tyson At's mama Fat Harriet Tubman bitch. Who even says some shit like that? Long story short, these kids don't know how to tell what side of the triangle is longer, but they're racist. And this is just proof that racist people are just stupid. They're really just stupid. They don't know anything, right? And if you're smart and you're racist, you're scary. You hate me because of the color of my skin. That right there alone is stupid, right? That's just stupid and lazy. But the fact that you are intelligent, that you do read, and you can tell what side of the triangle is long, and you're still racist, I don't know. I still kind of think you're stupid. The generation after Gen Z, I don't know. I really don't know the name of it. I don't really care too much to look it up because they're stupider than us. They're stupider than Gen Z. So, I mean, it's just going to get worse. The more we evolve in technology, the more stupid humans get. And I feel like that's interesting. That's an interesting correlation. It's very disheartening, honestly, seeing that there's like a lot of my peers. Like, I'm a part of the generation that's stupid. I'm not stupid though. Like, obviously not, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, a large percentage of the people in my age group, the people that are Gen Z, are stupid. They can't read, they can't write. And I'm arguing now that I have this sense of understanding of the fact that these people cannot read, I know who to argue with now. I know who to give energy to. I know who to respond back to now. And also, like, if you're reading a comment, if somebody leaves a comment on your video on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube and it doesn't make sense, it's probably because that person can't read and it really does not make sense. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video on that note. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys comment down what you guys want me to talk about next. Obviously my YouTube channel is gonna be a lot of different things. I'm not only gonna be doing sit down research heavy topics, but if you guys want me to do a video on something, just drop it down and I'll do it, definitely. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna end this video with nothing but peace and love. And make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that video will be. Bye.